Hello everyone, I want to welcome you back to my channel. I want to start out by saying a big thank you for everyone that's taken time out of their busy schedule to watch my videos. And also a big thank you if you chose to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It means a whole lot to me. I'm humbled that I've gotten so many views, likes, and comments on my two videos. It's amazing that the support that everyone has given to this newbie. I hope to set up a schedule of new videos and post more often. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and try new things, so please be patient. So anyway, my project today is my second Christmas in July video. I'm using an artist palette mold, my favorite skeleton, and it's going to be steampunk. We're going to have some gears, some keys, clock faces, and who knows what else, so let's get started. So I've already poured the first layer of my palette in gold. And as you can see, my favorite skeleton is Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas. My favorite movie, and it's an icon for Halloween. So if you haven't seen it, you need to look it up and go see it. And of course, this is Sally right next to him as his girlfriend. And of course, they're all decked out in steampunk. So that's what I thought I would do, a steampunk Jack Skellington today. So anyway, so like I said, I've used the mica powder in gold from Let's Resin to get the base started. And of course, I got all my gears and things. And of course, the picture is water slide decal paper. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to put it down and clean this off so I have something to work with. So take this palette off for a second. And we're going to take the paper and turn it over on its backside. And of course, we're just going to wet it. It can get kind of messy with the water, but that's all right. Hope everyone's doing all right today. We've had some nasty weather here last couple of days. It's about time we got some rain. And it's supposed to be 83 degrees today and cloudy, so no more 90-degree weather for a little while anyway, so I'm happy about that. All right, so once we've kind of saturated the picture, what I'm going to do is we're going to slide the paper up past the beginning. Like that. Dry this off real good. Put this back up here. Sorry about the glare, guys. I have cut the light down just a little bit, so it's not as bad as it was. So I'm happy about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the paper, the picture, whatever, and we're going to try to find a good place for it. Try to center it as much in the center as we can. Hopefully I can. I'm kind of nervous still. It's only my third video, so it's getting better each time I do it, but I'm still kind of nervous. I kind of shake a little bit, so. All right. Of course, I forgot one little thing. need a piece of plastic to put over the picture so we can dry it out. But you know how water and resin don't like each other, so I don't want any water to mix with the resin, because what I'm going to do is once I get the picture down and everything, I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to mix up some resin, and then we're going to pour the resin on top of the palette, fill it up to the top, and then I'm going to lay all the gears and things down. Hopefully everything will fall into place like it should. So like I said, with this decal paper, of course it is water activated. It's like it's almost like a temporary tattoo. So you kind of have to dry it off. The plastic allows the paper or your towel or whatever you're using to slide over the image without damaging it, and still kind of leaves it where it's supposed to be. Just peel the paper off. And that way you also iron out any bubbles that you might have under the paper. Like I said, this way, patting it down and getting the air bubbles out will help it adhere to the first layer of resin. And then hopefully when I pour the layer of resin, the clear layer of resin over this image, I've done some coasters before, smaller coasters with this paper, and poured resin over the top of them, and it worked. There was no resin, no resin got underneath the picture, and so it just stayed still. And so far so good. I'm going to dry it a little bit. Try not to get it. Don't want to try to get it too close to the picture. Don't want to burn the paper. Don't want to soften the resin. So anyway, so far that seems to have worked out really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on a little pause, and I'm going to mix up the resin, and I'll be back shortly. All right, welcome back. Well, I've got 6 ounces of resin prepared. It's Tea Expert 1-to-1. Stirred it with my Estoyo mixer, and I threw it in my resiner's debubbling machine for about 9 minutes. So gassing, and it's degassing, and so it's been sitting here for about 5 minutes, just kind of chilling out and hopefully releasing a lot more bubbles. So anyway, back to the project. So you know me and my fairy dust, right? Well, I'm going to put a little fairy dust on this project, but I need to turn the fan off first, so I'll be right back. All right, so that's done. So hopefully we won't get a lot of blowing fairy dust. We don't want fairy dust to blow. It wouldn't be too bad if it blew, but that's okay. Take this over here. And if we get a little bit on the picture, that's all right too. Don't want a whole lot, but you know, it's okay. Like I said, I like my fairy dust, so anyway. All right, so we're going to try to pour this. I'm going to pour this resin over the picture so that way it will run off and will hopefully seal all of the picture in. I did 6 ounces. I'm hoping that's enough, but I might have to mix up some more. And we're praying to the resin gods that the table is level. I spent about 10 minutes on it, trying to get it to level off. So hopefully. Well, it looks like I might have to add just a little bit more. So we're going to let this vegetate. We're going to kind of help it out a little bit. That's good so far. The fairy dust hasn't moved too much, which is a good thing. All right, I'm going to put you on pause and I'm going to mix up just a couple of more ounces and I'll be right back. All righty, welcome back, guys. Well, after I made some resin to fill up the rest of this thing, kind of looked at it, had a micro brush, so I kind of ran it around the edges to dislodge all the air bubbles and kind of find if there was any kind of air bubbles on around the picture. And of course, I got it all. So we're gonna see some micro bubbles. I just want to get rid of those. So get a little torch, a little long neck lighter. Go over that. All right. So anyway, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to start dropping in our elements. And we're going to push them down to hopefully dislodge any air bubbles. I might have to pour a little bit over the tops of the clock faces or whatever, because they might be a little bit bigger. Kind of stand up a little bit. So I'm just going to continue laying this down. If it gets kind of boring or monotonous, just feel free to fast forward it. Hopefully it won't take me too long to kind of put these in, because I've kind of got a little figured out how I want to do it earlier. Kind of auditioned the pieces where I thought they might look good. Well, that resin's done. release some pressure. So far, so good. I'm just real happy about the way things are coming out. And it seems to be going in all right. And then, of course, the video is turning out really good, or at least sounds like it is anyway, from my point of view anyway. And I didn't have to restart it 3 or 4 times. I just figured that once I got started, I was just going to go on and go, and we'll see what happens from there. So, got one more piece. Put that in there like that. All right, so those are in. So, let's do this real good. Just going to have to top it off a little bit to where the bigger clock faces are kind of a little bit thicker and everything else. So, up the gas it a little bit. So, let's see what we get here. All right. So that's got that. We'll let that settle for a second. There we go. Just go over it one more time. A little lighter kind of helps you see the bubbles. So it's a good thing. So, but you never try to use one of those butane torches on your molds because those could really damage them. So just be careful. That's why I got this long neck lighter. So there's that. All right. So that's going to dry overnight. Let's see. I think I need a little bit. I think I need some more fairy dust. Let that sit over the top just a little bit. Like I said, you can never have enough fairy dust. All right, guys. So we're going to let that sit overnight. And when I come back, I think I'm going to do something else, but I haven't quite decided what I want to do yet. So anyway, so I'll be back tomorrow in the morning sometime. But to y'all, it's going to probably be like 5 minutes or less, really. So again, I appreciate you hanging in there with me today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back. Well, as you can see, I've taken it out of its mold, and I've added a couple of paintbrushes. Of course, it's an artist palette, so I figured a couple of paintbrushes and to kind of give it some definition. And also, it wouldn't be a Butch's resin creation unless I added a skull to it. So guess what? We're fixing to add a skull. So there we are. Trying to keep it out of the glare so don't get a big old white mark. Anyway, so there's my artist palette with Jack Skellington and Sally steampunked up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would, be so kind as to give it a thumbs up, comment, like, share, and subscribe. I definitely would appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.